So today I'll be reviewing The Lost Okoroshi. This film is super special to me because it was written and directed by one of my good friends from college, Abba Makama. Let's get into it. So before I get started with my review, I just wanted to take a quick second and say how proud I am of my friend Abba. We both went to college together, and I remember when I first got to college, I was having a really hard time. I really wasn't making friends, and I just didn't feel like I fit in, and I'd go home every single weekend. And Abba was actually my first friend on campus, and he was just so nice and so friendly, and we just became fast friends. We took a lot of the same classes together. We were both business majors, and I feel like the whole time we were on campus, we would just be laughing all the time. And that was our friendship. And years passed, now fast forward years later, Abba is killing it making movies, and I'm so proud of him. Okoroshi premiered at the Toronto International Film Festival in 2019 and is now available to stream on Netflix. The plot of this movie is a disillusioned security guard transforms into a masquerade, channeling ancestral spirits as he roams the streets of Lagos. So the story starts out with our main character, Raymond. He's having these recurring dreams where he's chased by a masquerade. Now, Raymond, he longs for a more traditional life. In his ideal world, he would buy land, he'd build a house, and he'd live off the land by farming, kind of just like the ancestors used to. He's over the city life. He's over how society is so glued onto their phones and how society is so wrapped up in keeping up with appearances. People will portray themselves one way online when in real life they're not that way at all. He's just over this way of thinking, and he wants to distance himself from the city life and really longs to live off the land and this more traditional life. Now, Raymond confides to his friend, the chief, that he's having these dreams about being chased by a masquerade. His friend pretty much encourages him, stop running from the masquerade in the dream and confront it and see what message it's trying to give you. Eventually, Raymond, he confronts the masquerade, and when he wakes up, he actually becomes a masquerade, and it's all about his journey as a masquerade living in Lagos. So what did I like about this film? First, I would say the storyline. I think just the storyline of the main character turning into a masquerade and learning all about masquerades was really cool for me. Before this, I didn't know what a masquerade was. So just learning about masquerades, I thought was pretty cool. So what is a masquerade? So a masquerade is going to be a costume that someone puts on, but when they put that costume on, they're looked at by society as a spiritual being. They bring good luck to good people and are said to bring punishment to bad people. First, I just want to say the actual masquerade, the Okoroshi, is so freaking cool. The costume design is awesome. I love the purple, the dream sequence. So once the movie initially starts, you see the masquerade dancing, and it's just so cool, visually so cool to look at. The background, the hue, the color palette is kind of like a purple tint, and there's all these other different masquerades, and the masquerades are all dancing, and it just visually was really cool to look at. For the media opening scene, I feel like I was hooked. And also, I really enjoyed the music throughout the movie. I feel like the movie does a really good job of incorporating all this different music and just seeing the masquerade explore the city. I loved seeing the masquerade dance throughout the movie. I loved seeing all of that. Also, I love seeing the masquerade interact with all the different people. So you see some people embrace the masquerade while other people were scared of the masquerade. So just seeing this masquerade's journey throughout the city, I thought was really cool. Also, I really enjoyed that this movie raises the question, can those old beliefs and those old traditions, can they live in society today? And with regard to this movie's more focused on the masquerade in Lagos. But even for me, being Native American, I can relate to this. Because being Native American, can my beliefs and my traditions, can they live in society now? So I think this is definitely something that's relatable to other cultures as well. Just mainly, you want to keep your heritage, you want to keep those customs, but it's hard in a world today because I feel like a lot of stuff does get lost in just the world we live in today with social media and just it's hard to keep those traditions alive. So I thought that was ultimately, I like that this movie takes you on a journey. You really get to see what day-to-day life is like in Lagos. And also I like all the characters we meet along the way. And I really ultimately I enjoyed learning about masquerades and the different beliefs behind that. I would say if there was any negatives I had, one, there's a couple times where I couldn't hear exactly what the characters were saying, so I did watch a movie with subtitles. Not necessarily even a negative, but just something I did watch with subtitles. Also, I think this movie is a really smart movie, so sometimes the movie, I feel like, asks certain questions that I might not have picked up on, or stuff might have went over my head, but all that means is I might have to watch the movie again to kind of pick up stuff I might have missed the first time. But overall, I had a really good time with this movie, and I really enjoyed it. And like I said, I'm super proud of my friend Abba. If you have Netflix, please check this movie out and let me know what you think. One, do you know about masquerades? Did you know about them beforehand? And just, yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. And if you watch it, please comment and let me know what you think. Thank you so much.